You know, everyone here keeps playing the same terrible shit game put out by EA Sports, who doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with hockey. I mean, they truly don't understand hockey. But yet, every year they come back, and hopefully one year, the 239 hockey will make online hockey great again.
No fucking clue what I just said. I imagine you guys are playing video games, so hopefully you guys get out a couple times, get some exercise, a little fresh air, not just sit in front of the Xbox. But like I said, the Hockey League 239, we need a big year from all you guys. Let's not, what's the word for it? I don't know if that's even right, because I don't know if there's, anyway. But let's have a good year. Give it your all, give it your best. When you think of Xbox, think of life, think of love, think of there's no tomorrow, no retreat, no surrender. It's Xbox League 239.
This league has been around for 29 fucking years. You know, we got Yambag, the founder, who hasn't done jack shit for 28 seasons. You know, he must be a fucking Maple Leafs fan. Because that's the Maple Leafs. You know, that's what he is. He's a Yambag, he's a Maple Leafs. I mean, they haven't been to the Stanley Cup final now in almost 60 years. I mean, not since there was only 6 teams in the league. I mean, that's a joke.
And yeah, online hockey leagues. It's a good idea. I think everything went online during 2020, didn't it? Thankfully, I was way ahead of the game. The whole YouTube thing helped me out because I'm already online. I didn't need to change anything. I just needed to stay socially distanced from myself.
Gala needs to be fucking banned. Because Gala doesn't shut the fuck up in Discord chat, and he's always fucking trolling. He's a fucking spammer who is fucking feeble and driving everyone nuts, and he needs to be out the fucking league. But no, the admins do nothing.
I just want to say hi to everyone. Brick for Vezina. I guess he deserves it. Alright, take care of yourself.
And we know it's time to free veds. Hashtag free veds.
www.239hockey.net. Follow us on Twitter at 239hockey. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the live episode here of the Flame Fan Show, and it's the playoff edition here, season 29. And what a way to kick off last night, our opening day of the playoffs. And we continue here tonight with both of the series, as well as a third one kicking off as well. Double the excitement. I've got your results from last night to see what happened in the first set of games. The results, who won, who's looking good, who is struggling right now, who's looking to bounce back. We've got all the scores, we've got the highlights, we've got your player of the night, as well as the highlight of the night and more. We'll look into the matchups here tonight as well. So let's get things started. Welcome to the broadcast on here, wherever you may be, 4:30 Eastern Time. I mean, it's the best time I could find to do the show here right after work, and why not here? But we're going to start things off here. Two teams towards the bottom of the ranks. Wiley Coyotes, number 8, going up against the number 6, Summer of George, led there by Wizzy War, the veteran out there. Now, no team wanted to play either of these two teams, and there's a good reason why. You know, Summer of George definitely turned things around, made some great quality moves, finished off that season real well, and I mentioned this in my prior broadcasts on here, how great this team is if they could get everybody show up, man. They don't have to rotate the rosters. Well, last night they had everybody show up, and boy did they. And going up against the Coyotes, who, again, also another team where you never know what you're going to get, man. You never know who you're going to play. So the unpredictability on here, I think, was a huge reason why captains decided to not play the Coyotes, even though they were right there towards, the last of the bottom, number 8. That's as low as you can get. We've got the recap here, the results here. They played 3 games last night, and man, all games were just lit. I mean, all 3 games, all 1-goal games. We had 2 overtime battles. I mean, this series, everybody just, laid everything out there last night. If you watched the stream, you guys could check out the video on demand there. Johnny Bales on twitch.tv to see the full coverage. I'll have the highlights here for you guys, but man, what a series this was. What excitement on here. I'm not going to waste any more time. Let's go down to the ice. We're going to take a look at highlights of all 3 games from last night on here. Let's get things rolling. So starting off, game number 1, man, the Coyotes came lit on fire, man. 1-0 game already. Mr. Anderson scoring the first goal. And then right after that, the next face-off, there's Sook, man, the captain, the showman of the Coyotes. That made it 2-0. It actually was 3-0 to start game number 1. Period 1, nonetheless, on here. Coyotes looking real hot on there. But late in the first here, about a minute to go. Wizzy War in the group there. There's Wizzy. Pass over to Abbott. Back to the defenseman. Shot from the point, and it's tipped in by Esoteric in front, who gets Summer of George on the board. Still 3-1 game here at the end of the first. We go to the second period. 2-goal lead for the Coyotes. Abbott going on the boards, and a cross-crease pass to Esoteric with his second goal. Narrows the lead down to 1. And get used to that play on there. You're going to see a lot of these cross-crease passing by Summer of George. There was one of them. Then, later on here in the second, Summer of George, odd guy, over to Abbott again. Brings it in, looking. Pass across to the captain, Wizzy War, with a tremendous one-timer. And that would tie the game up right there. Why is my phone still ringing on here? Oh gosh, let me turn this damn thing off. I apologize for that on here. I've got to punch out from work. Damn. So that tied it up right there, 3-3. But Summer of George would not be done yet, man. As we continue here in the second period, about 5 minutes to go. There's Abbott again on the boards. Pass across, cross crease, what I tell you. And this time it's Reeps with the goal. 4 straight goals by Summer of George on here to take the lead. Remember, these guys were down 3-0 in this game. At some point, they take the lead. But in the third period here, Summer of George looking to put more points on the board. DeMart gets it over. Mr. Anderson to Sook. Back to Anderson. Oh, you got to give it back on there. And Mr. Anderson ties the game up yet again here in the third period. But that's as close as they would get. Sook trying to give his team the lead, but loses the puck there. Great pass from Reeves to Abbott. And Abbott again, that cross crease pass to Esoteric, who would put up a hat trick right there with that goal. That makes it 5-4. And then Summer of George on here after a DeMar turnover ends up Abbott on the breakaway the other way. That makes it 6-4. That's the game winner. 6-5 is the final. And Summer of George rally back in this one to take it. But it wasn't easy. But man, after a awful start here for Summer of George, somehow bounce back and win this. Down 3-0. They rally back. And I got to talk about this one here real quick before we go to game 2. If you're the Coyotes, I know you're the number 8 seed, man. I know you're the lowest ranked, but man, how do you give up a 3-goal lead, man, with D-Vets and D-Mart back there on there? To give that up like that in the playoffs is uncalled for. They should have closed things out on here. I mean, you look at the stats here. How does Sook get 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points in that game, man? You score 5 goals and you still don't come with the W. That's no excuse there. The Coyotes should have won that game, man. There's no excuse of losing that. But let's give it to Summer George, man. Wizzy War, the mastermind here, 239 hockey, able to keep his guys composed, man. Able to keep, being down 3-0 on there to rally back. And what about Esoteric, man? What about that guy coming in here, man? A guy that got traded, that got thrown around on there. He stepped up here for Wizzy War. This guy looked fantastic last night, man. He looked better than ever, man. He looked better than his debut here in 239 hockey. And just a tremendous showing there in the playoffs. But, man, what a win. What a come from behind on there. Let me just pull up that stat once again, game 1 there. So I mentioned Silk with 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Still not getting the W. And what about Esso? He had a hat trick as well. 3 goals on that one. Abbott with the game winner. So 1-0. Summer of George. Let's go to game number 2. Game 2, another tight one here. 1-1 in the second period to start things off. And a turnover. Sook gets it. Flies right past the defense. And that's why this man, who a lot of guys saying MVP, man. But, man, coming out, a huge goal here. That gives the Coyotes the lead. The man, the myth, the legend. 2-1 Coyotes. Can they hold on to it here this time? Well, in the third, 2-1 lead still. That's Abbott with the puck. Look at the patience to wait for it. Coming, dunks it, takes the net down as well. Oh, my God. And that would tie the game up 2-2 with that goal. So lead no longer. But after a penalty taken here, the Coyotes on the power play off the faceoff, shot on net. No good. Esoteric with the puck behind the net. Looking to try to get rid of it. Can't get rid of it. Sook has it. Spins around to No Regretskis on the far side. Power play goal. Coyotes retake the lead. What a play. What a goal on there. No Regretskis. But Summer of George would not give up. Next face-off right after that goal here. Puck is loose. Reeps has it. Looking. Skates it. Over to Esso. Esso brings it into the offensive zone. Around the boards. Abbott back to Esso. And somehow he sneaks that one in on the short side. Venisimov unable to keep that one out, and that will tie the game up. We'll send this one into overtime. We go to OT. Turnover, Abbott bringing it in. Great defensive poke by DeMar. Back to the D. Shot. Save made. Puck still there. Esso has it on the backhand. No good. Rogretzky's to Anderson. Over to Suk. Suk around the defenseman. It's a goal. Overtime goal. Man, this man does it all on here. They will not be denied on here. Suk with 4 points in this game. And the game winner. 2 goals, 2 assists. And they tied the series up. Summer George made some rallies. Came back twice in this game. But still in overtime, they take it. We go to a very important deciding game 3 now. Series tied 1-1 on here. And we go into game 3 tied here as well in the second. 1-1, 3 minutes to go. Wizzy War with the puck. Over to Odd Guy. Odd Guy. D-to-D pass shot. Save made, but a one-timer by Abbott. Nice feed from Wizzy. And Summer of George takes the lead 2-1 as we head into the third period. Still 2-1 game here. That's Wizzy into the offensive zone. Looking, still looking. Gives it over to Reeps. Reeps shot from the point. Tipped in front by Abbott. And it goes in. It wasn't pretty, but it counts. 3-1, 2-goal lead here for Summer of George. Looking to take game 3, but the Coyotes would not go down without a fight here. Down 2. Plenty of time here in the third. Puck in the offensive zone. D-Vets has it. Sends it around the boards. To Rogretzky's to Suk, who just wraps it in from behind. Past Renfree. That cuts the deficit down to 1. 3-2. Still plenty of time. On the power play here, just under 8 minutes to go. D-Vets loses it. Rogretzky's has it. Over to Anderson behind the net, looking. Gets it to D-Mart. Skates up with it. Got it poked away. And what a great keep-in by Suk over there. Keeps it in the offensive zone. Over to Anderson. Glove side, top shelf. Anderson, clutch, man. Coming up with a huge goal at the 6-1-9 mark over there. Shout out to Rey Mysterio. And this one is going to overtime. Another overtime game here. Late. 5 minutes remaining in the first overtime. 3-3 game. Anderson gets the loose puck. Over to Suk. Suk brings it into the offensive zone, but loses it. Abbott has it. To Wizzy. Down to Abbott. Gets it across to Reeps for the overtime winner. And Summer of George. Night 1, take 2. 2-1 series right now with that goal. Huge goal by Reeps. Overtime winner. Abbott with a hat trick in this one. 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points. Both him and Reeps with 4 points in this one. And Summer of George take night number 1, 2-1. I mean, a tremendous battle here between these two. I mean, you couldn't ask for better hockey than it. This is what 239 hockey is all about. This is what, NHL 23 here on its last couple of weeks of life. Man, what a tough one. And for the Coyotes, such a tough loss, such a devastating loss on here. One team had to win, one team's going to lose. And Wizzy War, man, the boys get it done. Esoteric, like I said, I thought Esso looked real well last night. Abbott as always, and I mentioned, they keep that lineup, they keep the availability. This is a tough team, man. No joke, man. There's a reason why people did not want to play Wizzy War, did not want to go up against Summer of George, and this is a reason why on here. So tremendous. As far as the Coyotes, man, I mean, I gotta say this, man. I mean, for Suk to play the way he has here in this series, man, and for them not to get the W last night was just devastating on here. You got to stop the cross crease, number one. I mean, there must have been like 4 or 5 cross crease goals on there. That needs to stop, man. And it just, you would think after the first, second, maybe third, but no, it just kept going all night long on there. And the other thing I mentioned was DeMar even in the series, man. I mentioned on there was some talk that DeMar might be out this week on there. I think it was better off if DeMar did take off on there because he was a no factor on here. If anybody was a factor, it was the defenseman on the other hand with Reeves, man. He definitely stepped up. That huge overtime win. Ranfrey was tremendous in Game 3 as well. 16 saves, huge part in that win. But DeMar come out with 0 points last night. No assists, no goals, no nothing, man. And when they needed it, man, he needed to step up in that overtime game, in that first game on there when they had that huge lead. And, you're the Coyotes right now. You can't look back last night. Unfortunately, it's done. There could have been a lot that they could have done differently. You know what I mean? It's easy for me to say it up here, but Summer George played tremendous last night, man. We'll see if they could duplicate that here tonight. One of these teams will be going out. Will it be a long series or not? And listen, as far as the Coyotes, they're still in it, man. I know they're in a bad spot right now. You wanted at least a series win last night, especially the guys that they had on that ice. There's no excuse for them. And the way that Sook played in this series to not be able to win, guys like No Regretskis, man, guys like, Mr. Anderson, these guys needed to step up, man. Unfortunately, they didn't. Venisimov did not. This guy used to be a great goal. I don't know what the hell happened, man. We're not even good, man. So things got to change. Someone has to step up tonight, man. Whether it's in the goaltending department, whether on defense here tonight. But don't count them off, man, because, remember, this is a team that came with that line B and took a game from that first-ranked Lemansky squad. Almost 2 on there. And that's what the attitude they got to come up on here, man. They need a win, man. Get the next one. Tie the series up, If they could do that, man, they still have, the guys from last night, they could still play one more game on here. And it'll be interesting to see where they utilize. Do they save it for the later games or they put them in early on here? It's going to be a tough battle. Right now, it's definitely leaning towards Summer of George. They're in the hot seat here. They lead the series. As long as they could get the same guys show up again tonight, and they don't have to rotate anything around, it's going to be interesting. So, remember, the only thing that I know, definitely the goaltending's changing. Turbo's coming in on here for tonight. We'll see if that's going to be a difference maker, and we'll see. Esoteric. Iso, man, I couldn't say anything bad about the guy from last night. He took like a week off, comes back on here and just tore it up. So they got to find a way to slow him down and stop the cross crease. Number 1, that's what you got. Stop the cross crease. Number 2, Sook needs to play the rest of these games. There's no question about it. There's no question about changing right now, putting Pell in. No question about it. This is the guy that got you here, man. That got you here in this playoffs where you are right now. Is because of him on this. There's no reason of sitting him out. He needs to play on here. And I think Coyotes, like I said, man, don't count the Coyotes out yet. This next game is going to be huge, man. If they go down 3-1, then maybe. But they get the next one here with the second line on this. It's still anybody's game at this point. So we'll see. It's definitely going to come to an end here tonight. All 4 games will be played. Remember, check out the stream. Johnny B will be bringing you guys the action on that for the remainder. And we had another series as well. Illuminati, man. Led there by I'm Not Even Good. Going up against Hall of Fame. How the turntables. We have the recap on this one here as well. They actually played 4 last night. 4 games on here. A lot of guys predicted a early sweep in this game. But that's not the case here. There is games here tonight. It wasn't a sweep. Let's see what the results were. So going to game 1, Illuminati without their they were missing a guy actually. Without their left defenseman. So Game 1, actually, Gala went to play left D. Good ended up playing on the right D. They got a waiver in Adam. Adam Hayward. He played center actually on here, so actually finally got a actual center to play on this team since Barrett's not there, right? But they look pretty good. So game 1, great start regardless of the Illuminati lineup issues on there. They still came out strong here, right off the start, up 1-0 with about a minute left here in the second. There's Good playing right D here in game 1. Puck loose behind the net. Sports gets it from Good, the assist, and that made it 2-0 on this. And they wouldn't be done there. There was 13 seconds still remaining in the second. Off the very next face-off on here, Illuminati looking to strike again. There's Gala, gets the pass to Sports. Sports over to Adam, the waiver fill-in, made it 3-0. Ends up being 4-1 as the final here. Illuminati taking game number 1. There's the final tally. Sports with 4 points in this one. 4-1 is your final. We head to game number 2. Game 2, again, this one's tied up 1-1 in the second. Illuminati on the power play. Sports over to Rob, who's back in this game here. Shot, rebound, no good. Rob's got it again. Back to Sports. That time, that one does go in. Great one-timer feed. And the Illuminati takes the lead here with that goal. Power play goal. That made it 2-1. Remember, Rob's back on defense. Good back at the center spot. We move to the third period. Still 2-1 lead. But here come the turntables. J-Map over to Turtle. Tries to stuff that one in. No good. But then on the backhand, guaranteed backhand shot there. That one goes in. Beautifully done by Turtle. That ties the game up. Still in the third. 2-2. Under 5 to go. Gala sends it around the boards over to Rob. Rob skates up over to Sports. Sports brings it in. Drops it down to Good. Over to Ozzy on the right. What a play. What a goal. 3-2 for Illuminati. And it would end up being 4-2 as the final. That would be the game winner by Ozzy. And they take game 2 as well. Good with 4 points in this one. Sports with 3. 2-0 right off the start as we head to game number 3. Game 3, a bit different here. 0-0 in the first, scoreless game. Young Couch has it. Tries to send it down low around the boards. Turtle grabs it. Over to J-Map, who breaks the deadlock. 1-0. Turntables early on. They wouldn't be done, though. Moments later, still in the first here. Puck sent around the boards. Rob's got it, but it's loose. Great turnover by Turtle over to Mosh. Mashot Pa makes it 2-0 for the turntables. 2-1 game, though, in the second. Illuminati would bounce back. There's Ozzy looking for Sports. I don't know how he got that pass through. He did. Great sauce. Great finish. Sports ties this game up. Here in the third, all tied, all even. 3-3 game. Turntables on the power play after a costly penalty taken by Illuminati. Here in the offensive zone, that's Mosh. Gets to the Hall of Fame. Skates up. Great pass. One-timer feed to J-Map. The numbers helped them there. And that would actually end up being the game winner. Power play goal by J-Map. And there it is. There's the game. There's the win. So no sweep here. No sweep as the turntables win this one. They take game number 3. 3-2 was the final here. And so instead of a sweep on here, turntables looking to try to tie this series up. We go to game number 4, but easier said than done here, because here comes Illuminati already up 1-0 in this game. The defense gets it. That's Rob. Over the good shot. Save made. But there's the rebound. Ozzy on the other end makes it 2-0. Ozzy would have a hell of a game here in game 4. As we move on, 3-0 here. On the penalty just expired there, but there's Ozzy. First time no good, but the second shot, you give Ozzy that shot again, he'll make it count. That was his second goal, and Ozzy would not be finished as he completes the hat trick in this one here. Final seconds of the third. There's Sports bringing it in. Back skates, and Ozzy on the rebound. There's the hat trick. There's the win. That made it 5-2. They would tack in another one on there, actually. 6-2 is the final. I mean, just tremendous here. Ozzy, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Good with 5 points as well. And after last night, so the Illuminati looking real good right now. Up 3-1 in this series. Looking to close things out here in Game 5. Remember, Game 5 here tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll have Game 6, maybe, possibly. But they'll need to win 3 here tonight for the turntables. I'm actually kind of surprised that they're still even in it on here. Had they won Game 3, but they got to figure things out. Last night, you know, especially in Game number 1, and that final game, Game 4, was ugly. 6-2 on there to head in tonight. I don't know if they got the momentum. I don't know if they got anything left in them on here. We'll see if Hall of Fame can turn things around or will good. Move on. No Game 6, no Game 7. Something that he's accustomed to in the playoffs. Definitely looking to do that here tonight. So that takes care of both series here. Like I said, the continuation of that will be tonight. Remember, Game 4 for the Coyotes and Summer of George. There will be a Game 5 as well. And then depending on the outcome, if we have 6 or 7, it will be played tonight. Same thing here with this series. There will be Game 5. We'll see if Game 6 or 7 as well. Plus, we also have the Lemansky squad, man. Captain Lemansky, incredible team, will be in action here against the Rat Revolution, #1 team. And you know, when this season started, when we came into this one after the draft, these were my number 1 and number 2 on there. So it's kind of crazy to see that they're in it on here. They finished towards that top of the rankings on there, but I'm going with the upset. I think Radulai's got something here, man. I mean, that defense, that goaltending, I don't know why they selected this. I think this is a trap series for Lemansky. You know, we seen last season, you know, they got taken out early on here. That was a great squad. This is another great team here by Lemansky. Will he take another early exit, man? So we'll see what happens. I think it's going to be a tough battle on here. I think it goes the distance, actually, but I don't know. I like the defense. I think Drug could steal some games here. I think, you know, I think if that defense shuts this offense down, they may be in trouble, man. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys think. Shout out to Good in the chat there, man. Thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Try to do a little bit extra here for the playoffs. Get you guys more highlights and stuff on the recap. But I almost forgot. I still got the, this is a good one, the player of the night and the highlight of the night before I forget. Let me bring that up. So the, right here, we got the highlight of the night. This was tremendous. Abbott on here. I mean, the way he did the Patience just wait out on there, and then the way he cut through that entire team and then dunks it in, man. Takes down the net on here. We actually got 2 separate angles on this one, so we'll look at it from a different angle over here. This is what I mean. So here he is. He waits for it. Cuts right through. I don't know what D. Moore was doing on that play, man, or the rest of that team, but that was just. I thought it was great. Like I said, if you guys got any plays like this, like it's unique, something different, something that I'm like, wow, you know what I mean? It's definitely one of those wow goals on this. So that's the highlight of the night. Definitely great goal, tremendous. And like I said, takes the goal with him as well, man. Abbott's been a beast. And speaking about Abbott, he's also my player of the night, man. Goes to Abbott on here. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points on there. I know somebody else had 13, but remember, he only played 3 games as far as points per game. 4 points for this guy, man. A +2. He had a game winner on here. Abbott definitely lighting it up last night, man. I mean, those cross crease passes and then some of those clutch goals that he came through on that short side. 12 points. We'll see what happens. We'll see if he remains on that left wing spot here tonight. And if he does and duplicates this, the Coyotes may be looking at an early exit here in round number 1. But that does it here, man. That does it here for the Flam Fan Show. I really appreciate you guys coming on here, whether you're watching it live or you're going to check it out, the recording after. It's the playoffs here. I didn't want to, stop the show, not do the show. A lot of guys, usually stop, after the regular season. No, we're going to go throughout on here. We're going to continue the coverage here for the playoffs, for the semifinals, and the finals here. Johnny B will be live tonight, broadcasting not 1, not 2, but 3 series. That's right. The 2 I recapped here, the continuation of both of those series, plus the start of Captain Lemansky and Rat Revolution, man. They'll be out here. They'll be here tonight. Good luck to the teams, man. Good luck to the captains on there. Shout out to Reeps. Thanks for the follow, man. Great job last night as well, man. And good luck to the teams. I'm interested to see how this one unfolds. I'll have the recap here tomorrow night for you guys. Mr. Hollywood, signing out, fellas. Have a good night, everybody.